Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Kaguya-Sama Love is War. Every time, I'm just going to get a bit more intense with how I say that. Anyway, Kaguya wants to know. So, Kaguya went shopping with the girls and wanted to know what to get Shirogane for his birthday. And may have accidentally fallen in love with his sister. It happens. Although she fell in love with his sister in that she has fallen in love with him. It's just that his sister reminds her so much of him. Anywho, so that what happened. Kaguya wants to give a gift. She had this entire mental debate about whether or not to give Shirogane this gigantic cake, and in the end finally settled for a slice, which was probably for the best. I gotta sneeze. Anywho, settled for a slice after much deliberation between the fool Kaguya, the Ice Queen Kaguya, the child judge Kaguya, and Kaguya herself, as well as a fan for him to use, which was really cool. And then Chika Fujiwara wants to control it. Is that right? No, confirm it. I'm sorry, can't see over here. I also just got done watching the eclipse. It's April the 8th right now, and we watched the eclipse. So, my nose and the top of my ears are a little sore from the glasses because I had to wear the eclipse glasses, and then I put these over it so I could actually friggin' see the thing. So I'm a little now I'm tired, but I'm a little sweaty too. So, anyhow, doesn't matter. But yeah, so there was a whole thing about Shirogane getting a present from Kaguya, and he was thinking, oh, I'll use it to make everyone think that Kaguya loves me. Then Kaguya was going to use it to make everyone think that he loves her, and then Ishigami came in and he was like, yeah, I know what his birthday is, and Fujiwara was the only one who didn't know what his birthday was, so she left ashamed, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Kaguya-Sama Love is War. Here we go. Oh my god. Okay. So he will run for re-election for the sake of Kaguya. That's an interesting thing. You would think... I don't know. I'm curious as to, like, the mindset, I guess, Because he said he didn't... He filled it out, but he didn't have an intention of turning it in until Shinomiya said so. If anything, that kind of helps her, actually. Like, because, that's a pretty big admittance. And he's kind of like sweeping it under, like, I'm not doing it because you told me to. I'm doing it because I want to, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, I was kind of curious. I was like, are we actually going to change the status quo entirely, But no. But it is now election season. So it's election season, and now we have to... now we have to beat the other candidates. So that got really real. That got really real, I love that the moon gives him RIZZ. Some people look at a full moon and turn into a werewolf. He turns into the Rizzler. Oh boy. You got all that moon RIZZ, dude. Oh, I relate. Maybe not to the RIZZ, but to the love space. How fitting that I'm recording this literally right after that eclipse that happened. That's such an interesting thing. Cause yeah, is so cool. Is so cool. Dude, I even just like sometimes I'm the person that has to take the dog out at night before going to bed. And when I do, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I take this dog out so he can go take a piss. And while he's pissing in the grass, I just look up and look at the stars I think, what is it? I think Jupiter is visible in the night sky right now. I think. Can't tell you what direction it is. But I'm pretty sure Jupiter, and I think Jupiter's been in the night sky for, good few months at least. So there is something about that that's so amazing, just seeing the stars. Even, and and yeah, when there's something like the harvest moon or a blood moon or something, it's so cool. If anyone here follows me on, or has been following me on Twitter for a long time, you'll know I used to do nightly space tweets, as I called them. I was the only person who ever used that hashtag. Sometimes I accidentally, for a little while I blew it, and I accidentally put Nilety space tweet. I kind of blew that, but then I course corrected. And yeah, I literally just before this episode, I posted pictures of me during the eclipse. I didn't get pictures of the eclipse itself because that's impossible. It's like really, really hard to do, but I posted a couple pictures of me with my glasses on. So it's like, look, I completely understand Shirogane getting so excited. Just like, I love where this man's head is at, where it's like, go on a roof, with some nice food and the people you care about. Just sit, look at the moon and the stars. It's amazing. Kaguya was not prepared. She was not prepared for the amount of RIZZ that the moon gave him. I love they even talked about Princess Kaguya, the story of Princess Kaguya, and him being like, if that were me, I would have waited. The story would have ended differently. I would have done anything to be with her. If that was our story, it would have had a different ending. I love Kaguya just being like, I can't with you right now. I cannot deal with you and your RIZZ. And it's hilarious because, it's between this and the fireworks. It's like the confidence that he has, and she hates it because it's like, why aren't you embarrassed by this? But then the next day, yeah, he's embarrassed by the things he said. But in the moment, man's got RIZZ. Man's got RIZZ. You know what? It tends to be at night. It tends to be at night. That's when Shirogane gets his greatest RIZZ, is at night. Because even, like, at the end there, when he's, when he, like, was talking about re-election and stuff, like, I feel like that's his secret. He has RIZZ at night. He's almost a nocturnal creature, except it's RIZZ. How many times can I say RIZZ? For the love of God, do not make a drinking game. I'm not liable for that. And then it kept getting real. Because it's the end of the year. The end of the 67th Student Council. So I imagine, at least for a little bit, we're not going to be in the Student Council room. Not until the new election, basically. So that'll be interesting. They all had memories. Some memories that Ishigami was not a part of. I do love, she gets out the fan and he's like, that's the fan you made because I said that you couldn't join the archery club because your boobs are so big. Whack, whack, whack. Like, you do remember. All I was waiting for was her to finish and him to just kind of like look up from the ground. I was like, thanks, I care about you too. It just kind of die. It was great. But, I mean, yes, it's an unfortunate thing. It's an unfortunate thing, but at the same time, he cherishes those. I do love that Ishigami is the one that cherishes their memories, probably the most of them, And then, everyone had to come up with a name for the president. Because he's no longer the president. So, Chica, because of course, this just is so... Like, I love how blatant the buildup is of, you know... How blatant the buildup is of... It's like, oh, only an absolute harlot would just openly just say his name without any hesitation. Pan over. Oh, you want some more iced coffee, Miyuki? It's just like, there it is. Like, it's such... It's one of those things, it's the most obvious punchline, but you know it's coming. And it's hilarious, you know? And I love the added twist that Ishigami says Miyu. Like, that's funny. It's a cute name between bros, you know? And Kaguya couldn't bring herself to do it, but now he will run for re-election to be president again. So, I like how she thought of becoming the president herself, and she's like, oh, it'll be great. Shirogane can be the vice president. Ishigami can be treasurer again. And I'll get someone else to be the secretary. Like, she's just, like, I'm almost convinced that, like, if Fujiwara dropped dead tomorrow, I don't think Kaguya would actually care. I mean, she would obviously care. It'd be terrible. But there's a part of me that's like, she's only friendly with her because she has to be, you know? I mean, they are friends. They've been friends for a while, too. But there's just a part of me that thinks, if you died tomorrow, Kaguya would not care. So, yeah. And maybe it's selfish, but she wants Miyuki to be the president. And that was all he needed. That was all he needed to decide, and he will run for re-election. I mean, it's an interesting thing, because, yeah, it's like he doesn't actually have incentive to, because he already has the letter of recommendation, but if anything, I don't know, I guess it'll just make it even better, you know? I mean, a letter of recommendation from Shuchen Academy would get him in anywhere, but I don't know, now he'll have 2, so it'll make it even better. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm excited to see where we are going with Miyuki Shirogane's re-election campaign. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Kaguya-Sama Love is War reactions, as well as another video on screen. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.